In the headlines, Northwest governors, lawmakers unite behind Tinubu's 2027 admission. Bandits raid Moda local government area of Zamfara state, abduct over 20. NDLA uncovers cocaine in traditional attire, arrests octogenarians in nationwide raids. And on the foreign scene, Pope Leo calls for peace in Gaza, Myanmar, and Ukraine at the end of his inaugural Mass. Hello and welcome to News Updates on Trust TV. I am Dorcas Yakobuzala. The Northwest Zone of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has formally endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for re-election in the 2027 presidential election, passing a vote of confidence in his leadership. The endorsement came at a high-level stakeholders meeting held on Saturday in Kaduna. The report.
The gathering brought together key political figures including all governors from the Northwest, the Speaker House of Representatives, the Deputy Senate President and former governors from the region. Also present were APC National Chairman Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, Chairman of state chapters, state and federal lawmakers, ministers, heads of federal agencies, and senior political appointees from the region. A communique read by APC Northwest Coordinating Governor and Kaduna State Governor Senator Ubasani, the zone reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to the party and declared total support for President Tinubu's vision for Nigeria.
Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we are finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I am extremely proud to reiterate a fact that we all know so well. The Northwest is the heartbeat of the APC. I want to say without any fear of contradiction that our zone has, in the nearly 2 years of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, been treated with utmost respect, dignity, and equitable.
The Speaker House of Representatives Sajuddin Abbas and APC National Chairman Abdullahi Umar Ganduje also addressed the meeting, emphasizing the need for unity within the party and the importance of consolidating developmental gains ahead of the 2027 polls.
This approach is essential for securing significant federal attention and ensuring that the needs of our region are effectively met. In light of these present concerns, it becomes clear that our party's success in the Northwest will ultimately depend on our ability to ensure these issues are systematically addressed.
This is so important in making planning for the elections and also in ensuring that we have our number at the tips of our fingers. It is not only that, there are so many variables involved which will certainly help us during the electioneering campaign and also during conducting the election.
The endorsement by the Northwest, one of Nigeria's most politically influential zones, represents a significant boost for President Tinubu's re-election prospects as the political landscape begins to shift towards the next election cycle.
Still talking politics, a fresh crisis has erupted in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, following the Saraki-led Reconciliation Panel's endorsement of Senator Samuel Anyanwu's return as National Secretary. The decision has drawn sharp rebuke from party governors, the Board of Trustees and top officials who argued the move sidesteps an earlier consensus that appointed Setonji Koshoedo as acting secretary. Critics say the panel acted without broad consultation, raising fears of renewed factionalism ahead of the May 27 NEC meeting and the August convention. PDP insiders warn the controversy may further fracture the party as it prepares for the 2027 polls. Now, on security matters, at least 24 residents of Moda in Zamfara state were abducted and 4 women killed during a bandit attack in the early hours of Saturday. The heavily armed attackers stormed the town around 2 a.m., firing sporadically and moving from house to house. Most of the abducted victims were women and children. The incident occurred days after a federal lawmaker, Aminu Sani Jaji, raised concerns about worsening insecurity in the constituency. Residents say the attack lasted over 3 hours with no response from security forces. 4 women were reportedly killed for resisting abduction. Last week, locals staged a peaceful protest over the rising banditry and lack of government intervention. Efforts to reach the state police spokesperson, Yazid Abubakar, were unsuccessful as of press time. At least 15 farmers were killed and 3 others injured in a deadly bandit attack on Waje community in Kebbi's Donko-Wasagu local government area. During a condolence visit, Deputy Governor Senator Umar Tafida, representing Governor Nasir Idris, announced support for the bereaved families and pledged stronger security in the troubled border region. A district head of Waje and local government area chairman confirmed the casualty figures, with the community pleading for more security to protect farmlands and stem cross-border incursions from neighboring Niger, Zamfara, and Sokoto State. The abducted chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Ward 5, Ifon Ose local government area of Ondo State, Nelson Adepoyigi, has been killed by his captors. The chairman of Ose local government area, Clement Kolapo Ojo, confirmed the killing in a statement on Sunday, noting that while 2 ransom bearers earlier held by the kidnappers have regained their freedom, Adepoyigi was brutally murdered in captivity. He was kidnapped Monday evening at the entrance of his house along the Ifon Owo Road. His abductors initially demanded 100 million naira ransom, later reduced to 5 million naira. A fresh 30 million naira demand was made after they detained 2 negotiators. Local officials mourned the killing as evidence of deepening security crisis, while the police have launched an investigation. At least 27 people have died in a boat accident in Bajibo Community, Kayama local government area of Kwara State. The victims were returning from a market in Niger State when their overloaded boat capsized due to strong winds and approaching storm. The exact number of passengers remains unknown. Local government chairman Abdullah Ladi visited the victims' families and announced plans to enforce life jacket use, ban night travel, and establish a safety committee. The Emir of Kayama, Alhaji Muazu Umar, also pledged to intensify awareness campaigns on water travel safety. This incident comes months after a similar tragedy in October 2023, where over 60 people died in the same area. President Tinubu had then directed the National Inland Waterways Authority to investigate and curb boat mishaps nationwide. This is news update on Trust TV coming up ahead. One woman's fight against cancer reveals the painful truth behind Nigeria's battle with the disease. This and many more when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back from the break. In case you're just joining, this is news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories again. Northwest governors, lawmakers unite behind Tinubu's 2027 ambition. And bandits raid Moda local government area of Zamfara State, abduct over 20. Now moving on to more stories, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLA has uncovered an attempt to smuggle cocaine hidden in traditional Nigerian male caps and female headgears, fila and gili. NDLA spokesperson Femi Babafemi disclosed this via his official X handle on Sunday, warning Nigerians to be cautious when asked to transport traditional attire abroad on behalf of others. In related operations, the NDLA arrested 2 octogenarians, 80-year-old Ayuba Ashiru and 82-year-old Uloma Uchechi Sunday, along with her 32-year-old daughter Chisom Uchechi, in separate raids across the country. The agency also intercepted opiates worth over 3.2 billion naira at Apapa Seaport in Lagos and Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Ayuba, a convicted drug dealer who served a 10-year jail term from 2014 to 2024, was rearrested on May 14, 2025 in Sabon Gari, local government area of Kaduna State. Officers recovered 2.3 kg of skunk packaged in retail sizes. He confessed to being in the drug trade for 4 to 6 years. In Abia State, NDLA operatives raided Uloma's home on May 17th, recovering tramadol, skunk, and 130,600 naira in cash. She admitted continuing the drug business with her daughter after her son's death 2 years ago. The NDLA says it will continue its nationwide crackdown on drug trafficking. Now, for many Nigerians, a cancer diagnosis marks not just a medical battle, but the beginning of emotional, physical, and financial hardship. According to the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, Nigeria records over 120,000 new cancer cases annually, with more than 79,000 lives lost each year. Nearly 1 in 3 Nigerians is affected by cancer, either directly or through a loved one. In this special report, Lillian Ogazi explores the cost, the care gaps, and the human toll of cancer in Nigeria through the story of a survivor and a fighter. Her report.
In 2019, Maimuna Yempa-Baru's life took a dramatic turn. Young, vibrant, full of life, a wife and mother, her world came to a standstill when she was diagnosed with colorectal cancer.
I was diagnosed of colorectal cancer 2019, around November. I was living in another state in Adamawa, working for an NGO, and I was defecating blood for almost 5 to 6 months. I didn't know it was cancer. So then I resigned. I joined my husband in Sokoto State. So that was when we started the investigation, blood work, CEA, all the thing. Then they did colonoscopy. So when they did colonoscopy, they removed some biopsy. Then we flew from Sokoto to Abuja National Hospital. We did histology. Then after 3 days, it was confirmed. It was adenocarcinoma.
But her fight didn't stop with the diagnosis. Maimuna endured over 10 surgeries in Nigeria, some of which led to further complications. Her search for healing took her from Nigeria to India and ultimately to the United States of America. There, a final surgery saved her life, but not without lasting consequences.
We were racing against time because, don't forget, I've been defecating 5 to 6 months blood, and we don't know the stage at which the cancer was. So somebody advised us back home. I'm from Gombe State, my husband is from Adamawa. So they advised us to go to India. So we started looking for money. We started looking for money here and there. One of our friends advised us. We were just all over the place. Emotions were running here and there looking for money. Then we went to apply for a visa for India and they gave us. So we flew into India.
According to the World Health Organization, Nigeria sees over 127,000 new cases each year, with more than 79,000 deaths from cancer-related complications. Behind every number is a family caught in a fight they're often unprepared for.
I must say that the burden of cancer in Nigeria, just like in most non-American countries, increasing. We are not winning the war. Also, more Nigerians are coming down with cancer. More Nigerians are dying of cancer. And it's a concern to us because we thought, based on several age-long intervention, that the curve should be down, but the curve is still increasing. It's upwards as we speak, and there are several factors actually contributing to that, and those factors have been the traditional factors.
Yet, not everyone is giving up. Across the country, advocates, many of them young, are stepping up, raising awareness, supporting patients, and pushing for early detection.
I think there is gross lack of awareness when it comes to cancer amongst the youth. The only thing that they have in abundance is the fear of cancer. But when you talk about prevention, I think the current generation are clueless when it comes to prevention of cancer. This is what we've been trying to do. And that is the reason behind creation of the Youth Coalition Against Cancer. We are the first cohort. This is our first 10 years or so. So we are just kick-starting and that's our target.
Medical experts warn that lifestyle factors such as poor diet, physical inactivity, and limited access to screening are putting more young Nigerians at risk.
there are many signs that individuals show. We should generally be self-aware. We encourage individuals to be generally self-aware whenever they find any changes in their body. For example, a change in bowel habit may just be a normal thing. Maybe you've changed your diet, or you've gone to a different place where there are so many other factors.
For survivors like Maimuna, the scars run deep, but her voice has become part of a growing movement for change.
One day at a time, that's my slogan, eyes on my God. You understand? So I empty it, I take care of my children. I'm a very strong woman being. I am resilient. I have a strong will. Like my daddy would say, you are a very strong woman who goes through this thing and will be bubbling, will be laughing. Like my name means the giver of joy. Is in Hausa, Murna means joy. So I give joy. I am always happy. I don't allow situation to bring me down.
Cancer is not a death sentence, she says. But in Nigeria, it often feels like one. From underfunded hospitals to overwhelmed families, the fight against cancer must go beyond survival. It must champion dignity, access, and awareness. For Maimuna, for every Nigerian. Lilian Ogazi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In other news, the federal government says more barrels of crude oil are expected from northern Nigeria as Governor Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed leads the groundbreaking ceremony for the Oil and Gas Academy in Alkaleri local government area of Bauchi State. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Heineken Lopobri, made the remark while referencing the Kolmani oil exploration project in the northeast region. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports from the groundbreaking ceremony. The report.
Petroleum experts and key stakeholders from across the country gathered in Alkaleri, Bauchi State to witness the groundbreaking of the Oil and Gas Academy. The event marked a major step in the Bauchi State government's commitment to building a skilled workforce by investing in oil and gas education to drive a sustainable economy.
Let me conclude by calling on the youth, who are going to be trained in this institution, to please own this institution. Take it as your own. Take advantage of the opportunity you have to be trained so that you can be globally employed. I will work with, the government of Bauchi State to ensure that all certifications that are needed are done timelessly.
In his remarks, Governor Bala Mohammed expressed gratitude for the federal government's support, noting that the initiative further positions Bauchi and neighboring Gombe among Nigeria's emerging oil-producing states.
Bauchi State government, through the Ministry of Natural Resources, has identified PetroEdo, a reputable petroleum, oil and gas training organization based in Texas, in the United States of America, that is certified by the International Association of Drilling Contractors to partner with us in training of graduate engineers, scientists, and technicians for professional certification in core oil and gas courses.
Other stakeholders commended the governor's commitment to economic transformation, saying his efforts will leave a lasting impact.
Your Excellency, your foresight to start this school will not only provide the manpower for this industry, which will be the premier oil industry in the north, and which will eventually lay the foundation of real solid unity and political cohesion in the country.
Your Excellency, since you took over the mantle of leadership of Bauchi State 6 years ago, you have provided through your utterances.
The Emir of Bauchi, Dr. Ruwanu Suleiman Adamu, led other traditional leaders at the historic event. He urged host communities to seize the opportunities brought by the oil discovery in the region. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Now away from Nigeria, at the close of his inaugural Mass, Pope Leo XIV called for peace in Gaza, Ukraine and Myanmar, urging a return to dialogue and justice. Addressing an estimated 200,000 pilgrims at St. Peter's Square, Leo prayed for those suffering hunger and violence, particularly in Gaza and conflict-ravaged Myanmar. He said he felt the spiritual presence of Pope Francis as he delivered the Regina Caeli from the altar.
In
the joy of faith and communion, we cannot forget our brothers and sisters who are suffering because of war.
In Gaza,
the surviving children, families and elderly are reduced to starvation. In Myanmar, new hostilities have cut short innocent young lives. Finally, war torn Ukraine awaits negotiations for a just and lasting peace.
And now in sports, Temitope Adesina soared to 1.97 meters at the Big 12 Outdoor Championships in Kansas, equaling her personal best and Nigeria's national record. A Texas Tech star dominated the field and secured qualification for the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo, marking her 9th consecutive victory this season. Her feat also set a new Big 12 meet record and strengthened her status as Nigeria's top high jumper. And with that, we wrap up news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. I am Dorcas Yakub Zala. Bye for now.